afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda. No substitutes accepted. Off here to 1 vs 1 on crossing the woods in the south. It's Jove fighting for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Communist Stalin with the double engineer concept start here. Fighting off for the 10th Tank Corps with Tank Hunter. Bass in the background, shock rifle and Guard motor, triple infantry. In the north, it's Bulat fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Also Bass in the background. Taking on the role here of the 23rd Panzer Division. We got Blitzkrieg here right away for Bulat with Grenadiers, MG42. And for Joe, of course, with this previously mentioned doctrines, there's a few choices there. Moving centre, east and northwards here, westwards. With the Bulat here sort of going also possibly with the these continues laying it, putting in some effort to defend the guard point with sandbags and barbed wire. Second consequence there for Jove. Grenadiers moving eastwards, aiming forward to the guard point. It looks like heading eastwards there. So in this regard, Joe's engineers will be soon having a swift encounter here with the Bulat's infantry, backed up by the MG42, which is very much core of the German infantry doctrine. Of course, no, not the heavy version. That was, well, also to an extent same there, but not quite as integral to the infantry score. That was sort of more of a company level element, where there'd be sort of a heavy weapons platoon with a few mortars and a few MG42s of the heavier kind, where they were meant to sort of back up the assault. But the light machine was sort of more, shall we say, the core. So quick note there. Anyways, first engagement, Grenadiers him forcing up to cover against counter-attacks or supporting attacks here as it sort of moves in towards here. Nice play there by Bulat. Joe meanwhile focusing on the west, sandbags up here with the conscripts. His eastern push, of course, very much denied here by Bulat. Though the engineers are doing quite good versus the Grenadiers. In fact, almost got the Grenadiers on their own. In fact, almost got the Grenadiers entirely white with an engineer scored. So there you go. Grenadiers heading towards this point there. Second squad there for moving forwards. Conscripts laying down more sandbags. Joe is preparing position ahead of time, expecting furious fighting with the fascists. MG42 riding the engineers, slightly moving ahead there, leapfrogging forward steadily there. Nice play. My apologies there. Barbed wire on the truck. And a bit besides the truck here, Bulat seems to take barbed wire seriously. Another Grenadier squad on the way there for Bulat. Well, there's just some water not quite going down the way it was supposed to. So anyways, bit of a standoff here. West side there, we got Joe set up back to flank about and get behind Bulat, though he might be met there by some first Grenadiers. We got 3 Grenadiers, 1 4, 2 here, 4 conscripts on the way there for Joe. So 2 engineers, 4 conscripts here for Joe. A lot of moving elements here. We'll see how that works out. And there you go, Grenadiers being flanked by the conscripts. The conscripts are negative cow line. The Grenadiers will hit in there, of course, got another ring in. Right here, though, he immediately retreats, possibly worried about Molotovs, but also, you know, even he's got more Grenadiers moving in, they're going to be focused down pretty fast. So Bulat could suffer needless manpower damage and casualties. We just immediately retreat and still trying to win the fight anyways. And I think that's basically the calculation. You know, Bulat, they just don't waste manpower senselessly against your opponent. Back here, nothing further going on there for Joe. He could take up. He could also go for Molotovs, or he could go for the field infirmary. They tend to be early upgrades. Machine being hauled in from the east towards the centre to back up as Joe is making a big push there. Grenadiers being slowly bled out. In the east side, we got a single pioneer squad there about to be assailed here by Joe's forces. Intense skirmishing by the central bridge. MG forcing up here. Comes moving in there. And there you go. Comes squad on the flank there. Dispatched by the MG42. Of course, the MG42's other flank is quite exposed. But there you go. Bulat there displaying some good machine gun handling. Possibly moving into active protect against potential flank there, anticipating it. Meanwhile, Grenadiers against the country engineers in the west. Moving up another squad here by the way to try and cover the retreat path a bit. There we go, opening up the counters here on the side. Pioneers, I believe, are spotting ahead here. There we go, conscripts routing engineers there, but we got conscripts up the centre now. Grenadiers in need as a reinforcement. Basil back to his sleeping spot on the chair, where he seems to spend most of the day. MG42 versus conscripts. Grabbing the eastern field point here. Pioneers versus the conscripts in the east. Moving westwards to the Grenadiers there. And bunker up there for Bulat. Very good. For Joe, we got medics on the way there as well. No sign of upgrades. We got mines up here. Good spot there by Jove. Central victory point secured on the west. Grenadiers waiting for the fuel point there. No mines there from Jove. Medic bank rollers down there for Bulat. We got take up there, but no build yet. Jove is still without a doctrine against Bulat and the German army, the 23rd Panzer Division. Conscript has the MG42. There we go. Slowly being suppressed here. Conscript right here in the centre is going to do something up there. Medics on the way for Bulat in the western conditions of conscripts, but they're going to be in a really bad spot with no heavy cover here. At least none they can use while contesting their point or grabbing it, so they are quickly routed here by Jove's conscripts. Moving towards the Coh2 point there. As well as moving to move here. He could. Well, he doesn't have the munitions for mines. Getting some light machine guns, that's a good move. So to see the faster that Bulat can get his light mechanized company up, the better. And he goes for a second Pioneer Squad because he doesn't want to treat the first one. That of course means once he gets vehicles out, he's got 2 Pioneer Squads to repair, so there's obviously a lot of logic there to getting a second Pioneer Squad out as the Wehrmacht at a reasonable pace. Not necessarily as fast as possible when you get the opportunity to do it, it's not a bad idea to do so. So good work there by Bulat. Engineers still pulling away from the fuel point in the east, going to reconnect it. Got the Coh2 point there using the sandbags against Jove and the 10th Tank Corps. MG42 Pioneers moving westwards there, like to make a nice company up with the fresh Pioneers. Going to use for light machine eastwards, they're like going to hit the mine since again very well spotted. In fact, the barbed wire in this case is actually aiding Jove since it's more likely he's going to move into this spot. So, I mean, Bulat just kind of made it a lot easier there for Jove. And there you go, 2 Grenadiers dead. Nice setup there by Jove. Bit of scramble in the west, but the MG42 has been caught in a bad spot with the conscripts in heavy cover. And they're out in open cover, so that's really bad there for them. In this case, the Petrov stuck his head out too far and was knighted. And there you go, Grenadiers want to retreat. Bit of a blow there to Bulat. He's got luck to make a nice company up though. Should be able to go for some light vehicles soon or something else. And there you go. We got the 222, the lighter Panzer Spähwagen. And these Grenadiers using the fuel point here. Back here, 222 slowly on the way. Moving westwards here with the Grenadiers for the fuel point. Got the western victory point as well. Comes around the centre, sandbags up. Backed up by mighty engineers. Pioneers moving in the east. Grabbing the eastern fuel point here. And we got the 222 almost done for Bulat. Grabbing the western fuel point here. Can't come in against the Grenadiers here. Grabbing the western victory point almost. There we go. This time falling back behind the sandbags. Even if you can't then grab the point or anything like that, it's better not to lose the Grenadiers. And there you go. 2-2 now in the field. Jove there with no immediate counters to it. 9 to tank grenades. Other 2-2 shall have free range. Though note, Bulat is not playing about recklessly. He's assuming Jove at this point is under tank grenades, can quickly go for it. So he's not, zipping about with it too closely. Does not risk getting, hit with them with tank grenades. There might be something else like either more conscripts down to tank grenades or guardsmen or field guns or whatever. So Bulat there basically making the sensible assumption there about his opponent. 2-2 moving eastwards. Music about their conscripts as well. Grenadiers need to retreat very fast. More Grenadiers for Bulat. No sign of Panzer Grenadier. I think those would be a nice choice as a conscript heavy build personally, but Grenadier standing can also work out. Jove here rushing straight here for the tank command. He's got the support company, so he can easily bring up field guns, maxims, and mortars whenever he feels like he has to. So that gives certainly their Jove some flexibility against his opponent. And before 2 covering the cross of the roads here, well, most of it at least. There's of course a bit of a spot here. And a bit of a spot there. We also got mines there from Jove. Very good. Bulat definitely wants to get some minesweepers soon. I mean, he has hit at least some of Jove's mines. So, getting minesweepers in particular versus a, veteran player like Jove would be a very wise idea. Got the western fuel point. They got the eastern fuel point as well, but Jove is grabbing it back, sandbagging up. But there you go. 2-2 to the rescue. The lighter Panzer Spähwagen engaging with cracks machine gun and auto cannon. Jove, by the way, is not researching the anti-tank grenade. He obviously is very close to the T-70, so he could go for the anti-tank grenade. He could just, accept the losses for now and just, hurt him with a faster T-70. That's not necessarily a bad idea, in particular with Bulat having control of both field points. Bulat, though, is anticipating such a move. He's going for the Pak-40, the Panzer Abwehr Kanone 40. An excellent weapon for dealing with medium armor, heavier armor, but with T-70s and stuff like that, it can depend a bit on if you can control the battlefield sufficiently, because if the T-70 bypasses the Pak-40, which you can do very fast, you got yourself a dead pack. But, in a good position, it can be difficult for the T-70 to deal with it, in which case, of course, you got yourself a nice spot. Jove got the T-70, which is also calling the Guardsman. Very good there. That, of course, means Guard Motor versus Blitzkrieg. DP light machine guns being added. Conscript units being forward here. Back here, we got healing enforcement for Bulat and the 23rd Panzer Division. You need to move towards the centre victory point. Eastern missions there being skirmished. Oh, we got the 2-2 Watchbird doing its work. And there you go. 7 kills already by it. Closing veterans to 1. Very good. A well-handled 2-2 can be, in fact, be quite nasty. Of course, it does require some deft handling. And if you go for double 2-2s again, it requires even more deft handling. But again, it can be very difficult to deal with for some opponents. Points there being seized. Very good. Big push here for Jove as Bulat lines up for the counter-attack. He's got the pack forward there being hauled forwards. And before 2 pioneers comes in, our flamethrowers they are ready to deal with that. And there we go, quickly falls back in the face of such naked German aggression. Seizing back the eastern field point, which has seen a lot of skirmishing. And here we go. Guardsman does the 2-2 that needs to get out of there fast. And then he's holding up a light machine gun. Minesweepers on Joe's engineers, but while Bulat has gone for flamethrowers, he's yet to go for minesweeper team. I would say that's a bit of a miss. He needs to get the pack 40 towards the centre here. In this case, keeping it all the way up there, of course, allows more easy to respond in the east, but if the T-10 attacks anywhere else, it's going to be very slow for the pack 40 to get there. So, while I understand the reserve positioning, I think you should have tried positioning more in the centre so it could more easily react to either side, whereas again, this one is just not good. Then it's retreating as the Guards are going to rush, and they're good to flanking against the T-70. Pack 40 is trying to get close, but don't quite get within range here. Coming on the fire from the T-70. Back here, troops in reinforcing. No take up yet there for Bulat. And there you go. Pack 40 on the T-70 misses though. And Jove here going for the max machine gun to help contain some of Bulat's infantry. Nope, he cancels it for the SIS-3 field gun. Maybe it was a misclick. He went for the Maxim there. Instead, he's going for the field gun. Probably hope to deal with the 2-2, but also provide with artillery support if he needs it in a pinch. And there you go, Bulat taking up for the fast land. 2-2 on the move here. Patrolling the dirt roads for Bolsheviks. Grenadiers versus conscripts. That's an easy, I think, one engagement there by Bulat unless he does something very wrong. Like machine gun Grenadiers versus conscripts at long range is easily won by the Grenadiers. 2-2 quick moving eastwards, so the T-70 loops back through Joe's base and moves westwards, ensuring he doesn't get caught by any pack 40s. Noting no anti-tank grenades yet for Joe, but there we go. Grenadiers engineers in the west. And there go to the right about the flamethrower pioneer combo. T-70 moving up, pack 40's actually moving backwards, so he missed an opportunity, I think, to get off nicely on the T-70, but there you go. 2-2 pack combo there, dealing some nice damage to the T-70, taking down to less than half health. And there you go on the west pursuit here. And oh, I think he gave an attack order and didn't pay attention in time. The engineers pursued too far. Almost lost the engineers here to Bulat. That would have been great there for the German army. Less amazing for Jove though. In particular, the flamethrower had been dropped. That would have been disastrous. And now Jove is also going for Molotov, so rather late upgrades there. Not necessarily bad, but definitely later what I anticipate. Bulat, meanwhile, there pushing for the support of McCaw, the Panzerunterstützungskompanie, which is a good idea to have as an Wehrmacht, obviously. Here you go for a fast Ostwind or Stug, though more likely he's going to go for the Panzer IV. Grenadiers there being flashed out of the house with a Molotov. I don't know what the Russians call them. I think they would call them incendiary grenades or bombs or whatever they call them. They didn't call them Molotovs. That's a Finnish thing, which kind of stuck. But I mean, obviously they didn't call that in the Germans, but they call them Brandflaschen, and in fact they make them of their own, industrially in fact. Rather than this sort of idea of a just quickly improvised thing. The Germans sort of just had factories just making them, or at least workshops. So a little fun fact there. And something I don't think gets talked about a lot, except by me. T-70 riding the Grenadiers, hammering away there with its 45mm cannon. Another pack 40 on the way there for Bulat. Certainly worried about the T-70, but he might also start to get a bit worried about Jove taking up, bringing in more stuff. I mean, at this point, he might have an idea what Jove's going to go for, which would be the T-35. And having double pack 40 to deal with that would certainly not be a bad idea, though, of course. Double pack 40 is not necessary right now. You could also just go for one and try and push hard against Jove now, but there you have it. 2-2 there, taking a bit of damage, close to Veteran 2. sandbags up there from Joe. Again, he's been very consistent and thorough with his sandbagging. Very nice work. Then again, D4-2 trying to deal with engineers, but then leaves himself over to the conscripts on the other flank. 2-2 the going in here. It is a little canone. And go get some damage and machine gun there, rout it. T7 moving eastwards, got Gatling up the flank, there's all threatening the pack 40. Nice work there by Jove, bit of a mistake there, Bulat. Perhaps a bit flustered here by Jove's movements, but he's very close to the Panzer IV, which is going to give Jove then a bit of a hard time since, well, he's only got the field gun and the guards and trying to stop it. And if Bulat, properly supports his Panzer IV, should have a good shot. The engineer straight to the 2-2, that's not going to work out too well there for Jove. See something up, pack 40 there. Moving eastwards, I think. Maybe hold this way all the way back to the base here. But of course, he's got a second pack 40. That way, surprising Joe a bit. They're fielding up, they're going to need by the car fight. Joe, they're going for a jugular strike. But Bulat's Panzer IV's almost done. Of course, he can't use charge down there since the field is in the way. Comes there, could take maybe a potential wipe with the 2-2 pursues. But instead, considering a tank grenade actually preventing him from doing it. But even then, there we go, gets the weapon Joe. Bit of a loss here for the Red Army. Panzer IV's almost done. Note he actually pulled back the field gun here as everything was going on. Quickly put retreats to the Guardsman as well. Panzer IV arriving. Adding the pin-up machine is a very good decision there by Bulat. As for Jove, healing reinforcement, take up. Very good decision there. Of course, he needs tanks as fast as possible. And with Bulat going for Panzer IV's T-35s will be a solid choice, though he needs to be mindful of the Pack 40s. As those could easily give Jove a bit of a hard time. I've got contrast the Panzer IV, pets are there blown to parts, while apparently a bit of the tree there's also went off. Panzer IV lightly damaged and need repairs. 2-2 there with 12 kills, Veterinary 2, that's very good. If you can get to Veterinary 3, it becomes reasonably good as against another nice accuracy boost there, so if you can sort of get that far, it's great. Of course, theoretically, if you can get 2-2s, Veterinary 3, you got yourself a really nasty harassment force and just anti-infantry day ruiner force. I put it up in the T-70, almost got it there, but it's going to get away there. I mean, maybe with a well-timed incendiary piercing rounds, he might just be able to do enough damage there to take it out, but a requirement to enable that can predict the future. At which point, why is he playing this game then if it can literally predict the future? That's a waste. Anyway, same alternate later for Jove. Very nice choice there. Certainly with all the support rooms Bulat got. The artillery is useful, and of course the smoke is always useful. Panzer IV moving westwards, moving around here in the west on its own. Panzer IV engaging the conscripts. Direct hit here from the SIS-3. To engaging the conscripts on the west. Fun fact about the SIS-3, but the Germans actually captured an awful lot of them and actually rechambered them for using German 75mm ammunition. In fact, many of them would be used on the Marder 2 series of tank destroyers. Which, even more amusingly, actually when they were first time used in North Africa, the British thought the Germans actually managed to self-propel the Flak 88. Apparently that's how powerful it was. Once the Germans, improved the SIS-3 a bit. They might also have rifled it, I don't know. Apparently the SIS-3 wasn't fully rifled or something. Though, admittedly a bit less sure about that one. I think there's something like that. Anyway, Scotsmen are hitting the dirt to increase the DPS so that they do not take less damage. They can also be suppressed while they're in the dirt, unlike conscripts. And there you go, DP light machine gun dropped. Ooh, that's a bit awkward then, particularly since you can't grab it while he's hitting the dirt. Those quick to replace it. Can Bulat get his hands on that DP light machine gun? Guards are slowly being bled out. Are they holding the lines for the motherland? In the west, hit 2-2 with Veterinary 3 engaging here the conscripts, slowly bleeding them out. There with machine gun and 2-2-2, or the autocannon there. And there you go, guards back to manage to grab the DP light machine before being forced off. T-70 hammering away there, 4 kills. Nice hit from the Pack 40 there. Eastern points being seized by Jove, very good. In the west, bit of, well, he could push forwards harder there. I think that guard squad now may have 3 DP light machine guns. That's a first, I think. At least I've seen. But there you go, T-35 on the way there for Jove. Panzer moving ahead, he needs to be careful not to get too close. So definitely benefit Jove and the Red Army here, the 10th Tank Corps. And there you go. Field gun opening up and missing. I feel like Bulat could do with at least one more infantry squad here and some panzer grenadiers at that. As he does seem to struggle to make any push against Jove, who's right now I think in sort of reasonably good defensive position here. I mean, he could also just be setting up for more tanks. Ooh, mines up there, very good. And Bulat, by the way, here still hasn't gone for any minesweepers. I mean, 20 minutes into the match, where your opponent is known for using mines, you repeatedly hit them. I feel like that's just a tad sloppy. I mean, at times I can understand, you know, the stress of a fighting and a good fighting again, you might not just consider it, but, you know, in these situations, a minesweeper is really crucial to at least minimize your casualties. Because the thing is, well, some people just seem to think, you know, minesweepers just invalidate all your mines. They only invalidate them to some degree. Your opponent still has to like make a move. My apologies there. Ran about out of space. Apparently hadn't been cleaning up my hard drive enough. But anyways, as I was about to say, they will occasionally still hit mines. And of course, they're still assuming they get minesweepers. Even then, you know, minesweepers still have an impact. Anyways, T7 was the Grenadiers and the T55 joining in as well there. Panzer Force moving up. With Pack 4 support, of course, is a much weaker match here for the Panzer 4, but even then he can get a bit risky here. Pack shoots, misses, can't go out on the flank. They're more nearby. In the west here, we got the machine gun there, and the 2-2 being routed. Pop smoke. Nice use of Panzer Tactician there. Now, of course, I think the sort of type of smoke dispenser they sort of imagined here was actually not used by the Germans for very long, because it turns out it was really flammable. It turns out you don't want your tanks catching on fire. And at least in the case of the Panzers, they switch over to sort of another type of system that involved them using a sort of a flare gun, shooting for a specific type of opening in the tank's turret roof. They can then sort of fire different types of rounds, including smoke, but also fire flares or high explosive rounds. It was known as the Nachfertigungswaffe or something like that. Nachfertigungswaffe, there we go. I mean, it's that little bump you can sort of see in the turret there. Sort of I'm holding the cursor, that's sort of where the sort of opening for it was. Little fun fact. Grenadiers on the west side. Accurate troops reinforcing. As it turns out, a lot of the small improvements in nature of the German tanks at times had a tendency of catching on fire. Smoke dispensers, caught on fire. Anti-magnetic paste, caught on fire. It's a bit awkward, really. Heinz, you come up with all of these things, but they just seem to catch on fire. This is a really bad side effect you have. Yeah, side effect. Yeah, we don't want our panzers catching on fire. Yeah, silly me. Anyways, troops healing, reinforcing, repairing the 2-2. Very good. He's got the command tank, which of course can boost his panzer force and infantry here. There's all the stuff here that Joe's sort of pushing against him. Ooh, Gunnies are close to being wiped out. Pack 40 is nearby. If he timed up a target weak point, he could maybe sort of catch the season and nicked up. But there we go. Main gun out. Panzer 4s are not moving. Neither is the Pack 40 here. I missed some opportunity to say there about Bulat. In the east, we've got Grenadiers as the engineers. Light machine fire, raking them with hot death. Also, it's a bit of a bad idea to stand on the mine, since, you know, if Bulat gets tempted to pop a rifle grenade, he could technically set off the mine and kill the engineers for sure if they're not careful. But instead, he heads straight into it because Bulat still hasn't gone for a minesweeper. They're very close to the ace level. 15 kills. Machine gun getting hammered here by Jove's mortar. Very good work there. Panzer Force 2-2 Pack 4 coming up here in the east. Grenadiers as it comes through there. Still grabbing the fuel point there in the east. And they've got a rifle grenade off this time around. Doesn't do too much. It's then heavy cover. T55 push back. Constant push back as well. The west side is now largely open. Noting it. While Jove's very good at mining the centre, well, there are some mines here, but still he's not been compared to as much, I think, mining the west as he's been mining other parts of the map. And they need to retreat and they need some support. We can see Bulat is going pretty aggressive. Oh, he hits a mine, Scheiße. But we got Mark Beacon. There you go. Bulat responds by calling in the Luftwaffe. And that could actually end up a bit poorly here for Joe, since his tank was actually heavily damaged. And there we go. Cannon and Falcon flies in. The T55 tries to escape. Can it escape? No. And the 2-2 takes out the aircraft with its coaxial machine gun, but oh, Panzer 4 might not escape. We've got the field guns sort of closing in on it. Bit of awkward pathing there. Pop smoke, but yeah. Ooh, got lucky, it missed. So this is looking pretty bad there for Bulat. We got no infantry about to screen it anyways. T7 rushing forward. There goes straight to the Pack 40. Veteran 2 gain. That's definitely not good news for it. You need to get the 2 up to deal with it. We got air support going in, and oh! The Luftwaffe takes out the T-70 as well, saving the Panzer IV from an explosive detonator. Field him on the other side and takes out the Panzer IV. Close one there for Bulat. He got it away with it, but still. That's actually a really good Stuka close-airs one. A lot of times people just tend to call them in at really bad spots. The opponent can just easily escape, but with this Bulat in short, you know, couldn't get in. The Panzer IV ended up serving as bait that actually drew out the other T-70. Though I imagine Bulat was not intending to use it as bait, but you know, just kind of having to work out like that. And I guess Jove just figures T-70 is faster than the Luftwaffe. Well, when the Luftwaffe flies, nothing's faster than it, but it's still a class that actually gets around flying, which is, you know, easier said than done. Ha ha ha. 2-2 there with 20 kills, by the way. Nice work there. So, again, as you can see, there's a hit fetching through. The 2-2 becomes quite nasty. Of course, you still want to go for them in late in the game because, you know, they're not that great investments at that point. But, you know, if you can sort of get one to live that long, it becomes a sort of really nice investment. Bulat still not a believer in minesweepers. Command tank there firing away, 3 kills, grabbing the eastern point here. And a direct hit here on the command tank, but they go to the joining in range with the cracks machine gun and the auto cannon. Command tank takes all hits, mortar fire raining down. Continuing forwards here, routed as well by the command tank 2-2 combo. Bulat now has an actually good control position here versus Joe, who needs to, I think, reorganize his tactics. Just attack here versus Bulat and the German army. The 23rd Panzer Division. Back here, troops moving in for reinforcement. In these points being secured as well. There we go. We got Joe hauling forwards with a lot of infantry. One machine gun actually a bit exposed. Well, at this point, he might actually just want to keep the 2-2 more on the right flank, since, you know, in the more heated situations, going to, you know, struggle a lot more. As you can say with this, less infantry concentrated, well, less anti-tank tanks concentrated. The 2-2 might be able to, you know, do a bit more, you know, back up his machine gun more easily. And this being assaulted by the country in the far east, roughing it off, but easily dodged by Jove. Troops here healing enforcement. I imagine he might go for another Panzer IV, though theoretically he could, you know, consider taking up going for, say, a Sturm Panzer. That would not be a half-bad choice here with some of these support weapons and conscripts. Command tank firing away there with its 75mm low velocity gun, sort of the one the Panzer IV originally were equipped with, though. They very quickly did away with them once realised they weren't that good in terms of fighting against other tanks. And while the gun itself was still used to be on lighter vehicles, half-tracks, armoured cars even at times, to be equipped with the 75mm cannon or Sturmer. Little fun fact. Even some older model Panzer IIIs, they're sort of a last-ditch attempt to make the Panzer III useful equipped. That one, they meant to sort of work as infantry support tanks, but they end up just using all the Panzer IIIs for Stugs. Maximum weather for Jove. Going to do versus the engineers of these. We got 242 as 189. Panzer IV on the way there to replace the one that got blown apart by the Bolsheviks. Bringing up the 2-3 again where there's sort of more action. Right into constant heavy cover. That's obviously again not where the 2-2 excels. In the centre, we got the Chief coming up here for 85. I mean for Jove as the guys from the before to the Pioneers here. Heavy fire. Still no minesweepers in Bulat. Still no minesweepers. I'm not entirely sure why. Is he afraid of additives or something? I don't know. Guys, notice the 2-2-2. Push them away. Troops are healing enforcing. 3 kills on the T-45. Comes out the west side. Back here, troops are reinforcing for Blood. There we go, conscript caught here. Being blasted by the Panzer Force. And there you go, mine goes off the command tank. Again, minesweepers really would be nice for Bulat and the German army here. Gonna use with machine guns, and well, the machine gun so far is running out nicely. Plus, of course, got Achilles to back up him, and he's really got a lot of troops clustered up in the small areas. I mean, a good series of barracks, they could really be uncomfortable for Bulat's infantry. And by uncomfortable, of course, I mean terrifyingly lethal. Command tank need repairs. Regular Panzer IV also need repairs. Mortar rain down here. Ooh, first shot doesn't quite land. There's an impressive hit there. Also worth noting, he's actually stuffed all of his gunnies into a very small area in front of a heavy mortar. That seems ill-advised, to put it very mildly here, for Bulat. But there you go, who retreats them before, you know, they get splattered out by the heavy mortar. Fixing up the command tank. Also realising he has to move them because they're quite close to the front line. There's a bit of advice they usually do not, if possible that is, repair your stuff right next to you. They might just move up and entertain and shooting at your stuff. You kind of want at least, you know, reasonably, you know, safe there. So the guys less like, for example, he moved up and shooters. So again, bit sloppy there, but Bulat, not proper, you know, repair procedure. If I was his German superior, I'd be shouting at him and telling him to, you know, get his stuff together. Anyways, command tank gives us the field gun. We got Mexing 2 there. Close to the ace level though, which is really good there for Jove, of course, if it survives that long. Got the pack forwarders moving up there. East side seems to have been entirely abandoned by Bulat. I feel like that's a mistake. Also, Jove there setting up sandbags close to Bulat's Coh2 one there, both. But yeah, I think he's suffering a bit from tunnel vision, which is really dangerous here, and certainly good for Jove if Bulat begins suffering from that. But there you go, Bulat finally sent some troops eastwards. But I feel like he's trying to stuff too much into the west here, which is making it easy for Jove just, you know, plug him up. We got 183 versus 186, really close in terms of victory points. Panzer IV with command tank moving up, he might try and flank behind. Coh2 holding back there, we got 23 kills on it. Another Panzer IV there for Bulat, and the 23rd Panzer Division, we got Panzer taken off there. Moving forward to the command tank, the Panzer IV, need to get the pack forwards up, this gets to back up against the T-45, we got the H-5 out here for Jove. Bulat needs to be careful not to extend here versus Jove. And there you go, pulls back his Panzers, Guards may still hold up, but they're easy targets. What is he doing with that Panzer IV? I don't know. Might be a weird pathing error. They do happen. There you go, Garston routed. Almost robbed out here. Close to losing his Panzer IV. T-55 might want to be careful, but still. Bulat needs to stop, or at least try and avoid, you know, causing these massive traffic jams, because I mean, they're really great targets for his mortar and other stuff. Roughing it off, they almost get the field gun. Eastern points being slowly secured here. Still no minesweepers. Field gun, they're cleared out. The men are dying and crying. There you go, Panzer IV number 2 on the way there for Bulat and the Deutsche Panzerwaffe. As Jove sneaks up his H-85 tank destroyer, equipped with an 85mm cannon. Hence the 85 in the name. And there you go, takes out the command tank again. Bulat there. Improper repair procedure. You usually, if possible, want to not repair them again next to the front line. The only chance to do it again, like if it's heavily damaged, it's got the engine and it barely can move, then you do it, but you're not liking it. But if like, they can move and they're on power, you usually pull them at least somewhat away from there, so the opponent can't just creep up with anti-tank guns or a tank. So in this case, you just shoot it to start bits. So definitely not efficient play there. Both tanks somewhat damaged. But at least he's got both fuel pumps and controls can bring up more armor. We got pack forwards bring up. They'll bring up the H-5. He's trying to, but not quite landing the hit here. We got 145 is on 85. TFF going for the Panzer IV. Bit of a bolder move there by Jove, considering there's no support. But and he knows in the area there's double pack forwarding, so at least he should be having an idea of that. At least the Jove strikes again with larger numbers and minesweepers. I mean, he's taking the threat of mines from Bulat seriously, Liz. And we've not seen a single mine from Bulat. Comparatively, Bulat, who's hit several mines, have yet to take the threat from Jove's mine seriously. I feel like there's a great metaphor in that somewhere. Ooh, Chili takes a nasty hit here. Holy smokes, that survived 2 hits. That is kind of impressive. Panther rolling up next round there. 4 kills, but since one, Coh2's going to need some repairs badly. I'm guessing Bulat's just going to go for another command tank, because that seems to be sort of his dream composition. 2 Panzer IVs and a command Panzer IV. Mines being laid down there again by Jove. As always, thorough, proper. Directly here by the HL5 and the Panzer IV. Dollar Pack 40s coming up, but they're a bit exposed to the Red Live. There's suddenly a lot of influx, and Infantry's going to have a hard time getting the Pack 40s out of there, so it feels a bit risky there by Bulat, to be honest. And they don't still feel like he's just trying to focus too much here, while again not using the rest of the map efficiently. So again, it becomes easier for Joe to just bottle up Bulat. He's not far off in the command tank, he just needs a bit more fuel. Katusha for Joe. Mortar routed. Pack 40s moving up. Backing up the Grenadiers to get the maximum, so they got alongside the HL5 to try and stop any assault there from Bulat. Very good. T55 remains in the east. Might be that Joe something planned, they just sort of kind of forgot about it. Rifle nade on the maximum. Oh, not a bad shot. And we got the 2 zooming up, back up at the Panther 4 command tank out there as well, but of course need to pick up flanking into eastly. But there you go, HL5 just misses. Pack 40s holding forts there through the Molotovs and the Maxims. This obviously not working out well there. Ooh, almost got the Heavy Mortar. There we go. He wipes it. He got the team following on the flank. He's trying to destroy it, but there you go. Need to pull back. He needs to pull back before he loses this stuff. Pack 40 got wiped out. That's definitely a bit of a blow there to Bulat. He's almost got the Heavy Mortar. He's ensuring that Jove cannot get it back there. He's willing to risk it all. And there you go. Finishes off there. 25 kills. T55 there failing to hit. Pack 40 seems to get it return. Hit the command team with the Panzer 4 here. Jove is trying to destroy the Pack 40 and denying it to Bulat, which is, you know, a pretty good idea there. Basically, 2 gain on the HL5 hits the Panzer 4 instead. Then again, he was trying to destroy the Panzer 4 hard to break. Chief for the file there, Panzer fasted by Bulat's Grenadiers. There you go, HL5 getting flank caught by the Pack 40 as well. This is pretty shizer. What's the couple out? And there you go. HL5 goes down there, a bit of a slave there by Jove, and Bulat was immediately pouncing upon him and just punishing him for it, but needs to pull back his armor here. Panther 4, they're halfway to 52, be a shame here for Bulat to lose it now. Infantry flanking up here, got a move there by Joe, taking advantage of Bulat's again. Heavy west focus, he just goes for a really deep hook here behind Bulat, correctly deflecting a lot of stuff here, so really nice play there by Joe. Could have supported, I think, a bit more with the tanks, but that's a man. We've also got the Katusha there ready. Grenadiers moving up. Guns pushing back the Grenadiers. Panther 4 to the right, got the Panther 4 getting the Guardsman here. Eventually 3 gained. Engineers moving up. Okay, choose fire on the gun. Punched up Grenadiers, immediately getting a few kills and nothing crucial, but they've managed a total of 3 kills. Could have been better, but still push back to Bulat's Grenadiers. Is only getting a bit of a frag here. Pack 40 destroyed there. Bulat does not want it back. $144 versus 155. Joe still has a small lead here over Bulat. We got lots of mines being laid down again. Joe absolutely on the ball with that, and Bulat absolutely has dropped the ball on that. Still on minesweepers. They're hammering away. Panzer 4s firing away at the T-55, but none of the shots are connecting. Bit of luck there for Jove with his Infantry 2 T-55. Nice handling of that one, by the way. Bit of quiet here. We got him down to 135 versus 155. Again, Joe's really got nice map control. Bulat seemingly again realizes he has to push eastwards rather than just focusing here. Definitely feel like his armoured tactics leave a bit to be desired. Panther 4 shoots, miss. Oh, he. What? Oh god, the Panzer 4 missed the T-45. The shot went through half of the base and took out Joe's Katusha. Holy smokes, I think that would tilt most people or just leave them super salty. Wow. That was one hell of a long shot. Anyways, another HL5 on the way there for Jove. Just moving about the Panther Force, bringing in engaging the field and could take it out. That should have been a bit of loss there for Jove. Not quite as big a loss. There's this Katyusha. Field gun there wiped out. He's going to destroy it immediately here. Bulat ensures to deny his opponent any weapons, any hope. Oh, he's about to lose the Katyusha. The 26 kills is definitely not bad. I didn't get 27 before it's too late. No. 2-2 finally went down, but it saves in the loss of his career here for the armoured car crew. Really did a lot of damage to Joe with 26 kills, and one of them was an aircraft. Though none of them was a Katyusha. Some of these are being routed by the T-45. Panther 4 is rolling back here. As Joe strikes back for the motherland, we got 120 versus 149. Command tank, the exposed himself a bit too far here versus Jove. They should have moving in here to join the fight against the fascists. Conscious holded by the MB-42. We got the T-5 able to rout the MB-42 pretty easily with, you know, the command tanks. Alright, there's nothing against the T-45. Back here, troops reinforcing. Pack 40 sending out there for Bulat to replace the one he lost. At this stage, he might want to consider the Stoops or something else. T-45 moves up and directly knocks out Bulat's mortar group. That's definitely below there to Bulat and the German army in the 23rd Panzer Division. But a different opportunity then when compared to when Bulat accidentally took out Joe's Katyusha long range. He just moves up absolutely close just to murder it. And it's going to be in front here with the T-45. Pack 40 going to use me up for the centre. Troops are healing, forcing most of the repairing all of Bulat's tanks. One veteran T2, one's close to veteran T2, and the other one is still some time away from veteran T2. Constantly being hammered by the Grenadiers. Bulat machine guns got 39 kills on those Grenadiers. 40 kills. Impressive work. Impressive. T-44 moving up there, blasting the Grenadiers. Close to veteran fleet. Moving forward with the tanks again. Leading with the command tank, but not with the other tanks. Definitely feels a bit half-cocked there. But Bulat, he's going for a third Panther Force. He's really building up for a large armoured fist here against Joe. But right now, though, the major issue for Bulat is he's got no victory points on his control, so he's actually bleeding out rapidly.
The enemy is down to 100 points.
He's hemorrhaging victory points. There you go. All Panther Force good to go. Should certainly work them together, and I think he should be more smart about how using them. He's just moving in there, right into Joe's gun line a lot of the time, and that, you know, tends not to have the best results. Like, he's not trying to, for example, rely on the mobility and, you know, maneuverability that way, trying to outmaneuver Joe, and you catch him off guard, do some heavy damage. Panther 4 being pushed back by the Pack 40 and the H-5 under control of Jove. And there you go, directed to the Panther 4 by the Pack 40 here. Another hit, they could risk losing his veteran. Panther 4 that definitely would have blow there to Bulat. Over the assault, I would say, is not progressing too well. There's some infantry support. The other tanks are really sort of, you know, veered off, and he's about to lose this Panther 4 here. He needs to pop smoke, he needs to blitz, and even then he might have lost the Panther 4 here. There we go. Pop goes the Weasel. His veteran 2 Panther 4's down. Felled by the hand of Jove and Stalin. 51 or so on 33. Jove is looking very much in strong control of the map now. Well, Bulat still has good forces. In fact, he has larger forces than Jove. The way he's using them again is rather tunnel vision. He's not, I feel like, using them to full effect. But there you go. Nice flank here with the Panther 4. Finally does something like that, and actually gets some good hits with the counter. It's immediately countered here by the now ace T-45. They're a real hero of the Soviet Union, plus the E-55. I'm sure that crew will be streaming the Order of Lenin. Now the T-34-85, they're on the way for Jove and the Red Army. Bulat, they grab the victory points as fast as you can. He's down to just 39 versus Jove's 133. And there you go, you should fire the T-45. Oh, you should fire moving ahead here. T-45 still receiving repairs. There's something a bit of a nightmare there for Bulat, since now it's very fast and also it's a good rate of fire. Counter there being blasted. by Bulat's assembled Panzerwaffe there. Second Panzer gained by tick 2. Command tank is still actually getting pretty close. We got the AC coming out here. 39 versus 119. It's Jove's time to bleed. Panzer forming up is going to move to the AT 45 here. Not entirely sure what Jove's planning, but not entirely sure what Bulat is planning. But there we go. Great hit from the T-45 on the Panzer 4. 39 versus 102. Bulat seems to sort of dug in around between the two victory points here. Might just want to get a Stube, to be honest, but there you go, great hit from the HD5, outranging his Panzer 4s easily. He wants to get, if Bulat wants to hit the Pack 40, he has to sort of theoretically get within range of Infantry, get murdered by it. Going for the centre victory point, he's starting to buy time. He got 92 versus 39. T-45 machine here in the west, guarding the victory point there. We got another stupid close air support ready here for Bulat versus Jove. HT-45 they're moving about. But not entirely sure what he's moving about for. Maximum dealing with the Pack 40. Ace level there, 13 kills. Very nice, very nice. Back here, healing reinforcement. It's actually now Jove's time to have a larger force here than Bulat. Actually, the Maxim's got more kills than the Max. Than the MG42. T-45 there, taking hits from the Panzer 4s. Ooh, Pioneer's caught on the wrong side, and that's a full wipe on a Pioneer squad. Oh dear. That's quite a blow there to Bulat. Makes much happen in pairs tanks. Panzer 4s finding around the centre of the western wall. Actually seems open here to Jove to move ahead for. We got 89 versus 39. It's going to be a close one here. It's going to be a close one. H5 taking a hit off in the Panzer 4 here. And we got air support to try and break up Jove's armour. To open the way for a glorious counter-attack for Das Vaterland. Stuka there managed to whiff most of the shots. Western victory points still opening in theory. Centre one there being contested. Damage engine in the Panzer 4. The veteran command Panzer. Befehlspanzer. There you go, making the move for the western point. T-45 backing out there, just beyond the range there of the aircraft, so you can easily support here in the west. There you're going for the western victory point. We got 39 versus 89. It's going to be a close one. Transforming, and you can easily think afford to put up the T-45 to back up. Other ones being repaired here. Might want to use the self-repair to help speed that up. Maximum got wiped out there by Bulat's Panzer 4. That's quite a blow there. That was an ace crew dead. Taut. Grenadiers being eastwards. Tanks being repaired here. We got 34, 32 points left. 31. Managed to buy himself a bit of extra time, but still he's bleeding out. He's just slower. And there you go. Panzer 4's here going for the T-45 in the west. Needs to get some arm support over there to back it up. We got Mark Beeple here in the Panzer 4. I'm almost good to go. Pushing for the centre again. We got Pack 40 and the command tank there defending it furiously for the fatherland. Not one step back. Sieg oder Tod. Guards moving in. Got the Panzer 4s moving in for it. Veterans one on the T-45. There you go. Jove's H-5 arrives to join the scene. Bet you too close to the ace level. There you go. That Panzer 4 thing is toast. The guard smoke screen popped up here to try and screen things, but oh, shot bounced. That was lucky. Finding on the centre here comes the Panzer 4, which is being buttoned up here by the guardsman. HT-45 there is... Where is it? Oh, it's back at base. Fun moving. We got 14 versus 89. Routed here. Still, just for keeping him neutral, still gives Jove plenty of time to bleed up. Bulat, who's down to 10. He's lost most of his army. He's down to just the command tank. Infantry-wise is not looking good either. I mean, Jove certainly got a bit of a black eye as well. But in the end, there we go. A victory for Jove. A loss for Bulat and the 23rd Panzerdivision. Bit of brutal fun here in the end, though. I feel like Bulat lost in a few things. A, not getting a minesweep. I'm still a bit surprised at that. And B, armour tactically also didn't feel like employ his armour as efficiently as possible. He also tended just, getting tunnel vision, which made it much easier for Jove to defend. I think had Bulat had a bit, better perspective when you use more of the map against Bulat, I think he would, or Jove, not against himself, I think Bulat had a much better chance against Jove instead. Jove was given the opportunity to actually push back against Bulat and, destroy him. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell your friends, tell your family. But don't tell your enemies. And if you like what I do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. You all are a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.